Hello, everybody, and welcome to the new series Highlighter, where we're going to highlight different games and just give them uh, one episode of informational content. First episode, we're going to be doing Pokemon Unite, a MOBA created by the Pokemon Company and Tencent Games from China, and it is a mobile online battle arena game. So multiplayer teams battle against each other, try to score points and win matches. Let's show you what's going on here. So you have lots of different Pokemon that you can play as. I'll show you that real quick. They've got quite the roster. So we'll head on over to the beginning here. There are 5 different types of Pokemon that you can battle with. There are attackers like Venusaur here. There are all-arounders like Charizard, defenders like Blastoise, speedsters like Gengar, and then supporters like Whimsicott here. Here are all the different Pokemon in the game. We've got Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, Pikachu, Ninetales, Machamp, Slowbro, Gengar, Snorlax, Mamoswine, Gardevoir, Lucario, Crustle, Greninja, Talonflame, Zeraora, Cinderace, Greedent, Whimsicott, Blissey, Sylveon, Wigglytuff, Mr. Mime, Absol, Garchomp, and Cramorant, and more have been being added every couple of weeks, so there will be a continuous addition of new Pokemon into the game. As you can see, some Pokemon get costumes, like Cinderace here, who looks like a pirate. So let's kind of get into some actual gameplay. We're going to hop into a couple games. So to start off, we'll hop into the main lobby here, where you can play any of the different modes. You can use right and left to switch between the 3 different modes you can be in. And we're going to show a quick match and a standard match today. Ranked and standard are the same, just standard doesn't go against ranking. And then also we can connect with friends. So anybody that you friend, you can add on here, and then you can invite them to games if they're online. Looks like none of my friends are online right now. It's pretty late. I'm playing. So we'll start with a quick match. And we're going to play the non-special Halloween mode. There are 3 different maps you can play in quick battles, and these only last 5 minutes. So we're going to play in Shiver City, and we gotta wait to see if we can find a match here. All right, everybody's ready to play. So now we pick a Pokemon to play with. I'm gonna play with Cinderace, who's an attacker. Now each Pokemon has a held item, a battle item. There's a lot of different ones for that. There's like potions, things that boost your attack or speed, stuff like that. There's also held items which boost your stats. So I have the Muscle Band, the Score Shield, and the attack weight on my Cinderace. That increases my attack power. And then there are different moves that Cinderace can use. So for instance, at level 7, I can get either Pyro Ball or Blaze Kick. And at level 8, I can get Flame Charge or Faint. And then you also get a Unite move, which is kind of like this big, powerful move you get to use at the end. So let's get going. So how do you play the game? You use the joystick to move around, and your basic attack is with A. You use the right trigger and the right bumper to attack with your special attacks. Your Unite move, when you finally get access to it, is on the left side in the bumpers. You score points with X. You use your battle item with Y. And that's pretty much the gist of how the game works. So when the game starts, you're going to start in your spawn area. There's my little score bunny there. And you get to pick one of the moves to start with. I'm going to pick Ember, and I'm going to head down this way, and we're going to start attacking this Meowth. So the wild Pokemon in the game are ways for you to score points. So as you can see here, if you beat a Pokemon, there's a little score above them. There's Snom, he's worth 3. So if you beat them, you get some points, and then as you can see, there's a ball in the center of my little screen down there, and that shows how many points I've earned. So far, I've only earned 3 points, because this Bulbasaur keeps stealing my points. We're going to get this Snom, though, so we'll end with 6. Alright, these little yellow berries are citrus berries, and they help you heal. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over to their place to score, and we hold down X, and then we score some points. We're going to run away, though. Oh my gosh, getting triple teamed. I'm going to use my special item called the eject button. Didn't help. They still beat me. So when you get KO'd, it takes a couple seconds, and then you can come back into the game. So here I am. I'm back in. Above my Pokemon, you can see that there is a number. That number is my Pokemon's level. So the higher the level goes, the more I might learn a new move, or I might even evolve, right? When I officially picked my Pokemon, it was a Cinderace, not a Score Bunny. So eventually I will evolve into Reboot, and then into Cinderace. I'm getting creamed. Okay. So as you can see, that Sylveon started off as Eevee and it already evolved. Different Pokemon evolve at different levels. So for instance, Scorbunny here evolves at 5 and 9, I believe. Other Pokemon evolve a little bit later, some evolve earlier. For instance, one-stage evolutions like Slowpoke to Slowbro or Eevee to Sylveon, they evolve at level 4 or 5, and then that's it. They don't evolve again. So they can get powered up quicker. Some Pokemon don't evolve at all. So, for instance, I showed you guys Lucario when we were checking out Pokemon. That Pokemon doesn't evolve at all. So they're at their final form from the get-go, which can also be useful. Zeraora is another such Pokemon, right? Zeraora doesn't have an evolution, so let's see if we can't knock out this Sylveon. Okay, apparently not. It's running away. Alright, as you can see, I finally got to Reboot. This is not a great game. We're getting destroyed. Doesn't look like my team is very good. These quick matches are very fast-paced, and if you fall behind, you're in trouble. It looks like my team is way behind. And once you fall behind, it's really hard to catch back up in these quick matches, because they're going to level up much faster. They'll get to their final forms, and they'll be able to do way more damage than you can. And that's going to be rough for you. You're not going to be able to catch back up very easily. I'm going to see if I can't level up here a little bit quicker. Okay, so I became Cinderace. And I have access to my Unite move now, which I'm going to use. Unite moves are usually really strong, and they do lots of damage. But in this case, it's not going so well. One reason we might be facing such stiff competition is it's late. So we might be fighting against people from like Korea and Japan who play much more often and or have played MOBAs before. This is my first one. The other issue that we might be facing is it's the end of the season. So Pokemon Unite has seasons, much like other competitive games like this. And this is the last day of the first season. So there are people who are out here trying to complete tasks and get the points they need to finish off the season strong. So we have probably a lot of very competitive players out right now. In the final minute of a match, points that are scored are doubled for quick battles, and then in regular matches, it's the final 2 minutes. Looks like I scored one time this time, so it wasn't a great match for me. So when the game ends, it tells us how we did. We scored 22 points. They scored 300, so that's not great. And there you go. If they're every game, both teams get an MVP assigned. It's usually who scores the most points and gets the most kills. I scored 6 points, got 0 kills, so I was not the MVP. It was our Zeraora. On the other side, right, 13 kills, scored 162 points. Much better. They're the MVP of their team. Let's head back. We can start. We can check out a standard match, which is the full-length match of 10 minutes. And so we're going to play in standard mode, not ranked mode. I'm pretty happy with where my ranking is, so I'm just going to leave it lie. But I'll show you standard mode. It's the same thing, and we might get some easier opponents to play a battle against, which will be nice. We can actually get a win off here. Alright, I'm going to play as a different kind of character this time. So last time I was Cinderace, who was an attacker. This time I'm going to play as Mamoswine, who is a defender. In the preview area of standard battles, you can kind of let your team know which way you're going to go. There are different paths. So for instance, there's the top path, the bottom path, and the central path. An important thing about in Pokemon Unite is that the central path should always be taken by a speedster, and there should only be one person in there. That's a specific role, and so generally you want to break down your team like this. You want to have 2 people on the top, 2 people on the bottom, and 1 in the center. Attackers and defenders usually go top. All-arounders and supporters usually go to the bottom. But that's not necessarily a steadfast rule. It's just generally how the game was designed. That's what the game designers intended for people to do. So let's see how this battle goes. Hopefully better than that quick battle did. And this will be a full 10-minute match. All right, let's get started. So as Mamoswine, I start as Swinub. And I just said I was going to go to the top. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start with my Ice Shard attack, which is really cool. It sends a rain of Ice Shards down. It seems like some of my people are newer, so they're not 100% sure what they're doing. So as you can see, we've got 2 people in the center there. That would really annoy my wife, who usually plays a speedster. She plays a Zeraora. I kind of been messing around with a bunch of different things. I played as Lucario a lot, Venusaur, Charizard, Mamoswine. It's nice to have options, especially when someone kind of steals your strategy. So let's see here. We're going to score real fast, if we can, or not. Okay, so scoring didn't happen. We're going to come back. We're going to use a berry here to heal. We're going to see how we do. Oh, it's 2-on-1, which isn't good. Okay, so hopefully Squilvet can hold off all 3 of them. In the bigger games, there are 5 different places where you can score, but you can only score on the ones that are closest to your own set until you have knocked out those earlier goals. So you can't move forward and like do an easier goal before you, or like a later goal, until you've knocked out the later ones or the earlier ones. So you can't move forward. You can't score on their main one until you've done a bigger chunk of their bases. Here's the thing though, if you finish off all of the top ones, you can go to that big one in the center. Same goes for the bottom, right? So that's why you need to split up and try to defeat each side. Looks like my friend has evolved and agreed it now. Good for him. So Swinub is one of the ones that evolves late. So Swinub evolves at 6 instead of at 5. so it takes a little longer for him to get going. He's one of the newer Pokemon, so he takes a little bit longer to get ready to go. Oh my goodness. We are getting crushed up here. Hopefully our friends on the bottom are doing a little bit better. All right, so they've destroyed our gate. And by destroying the gate, now we have access to some Pokemon on our route here where we can try to level up. So I'm going to try to get to level 6 here really fast. So there we go. So now I'm Piloswine, much stronger. And I can do a little bit more damage. Okay, as you can see, there are 2 timers on my mini-map. There's one on the top and one on the bottom. Those are special boss Pokemon that we can fight. In standard matches, on the top, you're going to get Rotom, and on the bottom, you get Dreadnought. Dreadnought gives the person that defeats them shields. So if your team defeats Dreadnought, you get a shield. If you defeat Rotom, you get 20 points, and then Rotom will go to your enemy's base and make it so that you can score without having to wait, which is really awesome. As you can see, that's a pretty fierce competition, and they got it that time, which is unfortunate. Beating Rotom and Dreadnought gets you a lot of experience points, so you can evolve or level up using that. Unfortunately, we did a lot of the damage on that Rotom, and we still didn't get it. Let's see if I can't get to Mamoswine here. Oh, that was a mistake. Should not have done that. So that Charizard is using its Unite move right now. Power of teamwork. Alright, let's see if we can't score some points. There's a whole bunch of us, so there we go. There we go. We finally destroyed a base. And it looks like we're now even again, which is good. Let's see if we can't try to keep up. Let's go back and see if I can't evolve to Mamoswine, who evolves at level 10. With these guys in our back area here. Also pick up some points that have been dropped on the floor. As you can see, there's a limit to how many points you can carry at a time, and that goes up as you level up. So the highest you can carry at one time is 50. Right now my max is 40, so that's how many points I can carry at a single time. And if you get to the grass and nobody sees you, you can hide in there like a wild Pokemon would in a normal Pokemon game. So you can hide in there and wait, and then you can surprise people who don't know you're there. I'm just going to use it to hang out in hopes nobody notices I'm around. There's my teammate to come help me. I'm going to use my Unite move here and try to do as much damage as I can. There we go, we beat Rotom. So we're now going to escort him along the path here because we want him to get to the base so we can score instantly. I want to be able to score my 40 points right away. You see they've come to defend because they didn't like that we're doing that. So we need to try to make it so that we can get our Pokemon. You can defeat Rotom so that he can't do anything to you. Come on, let's score. Okay, I got my points off. So I'm going to bolt. Rotom just got in there, so now other people could too if they wanted to. Looks like we're turning a table here. I'm going to score some points and then see if I can't, or get some points and then see if I can't help out the people on the bottom. They lost a base and they haven't destroyed the first round that time. So we're going to see if we can't help out. It is getting close to the end of the match. Remember, the last 2 minutes of standard matches are double points. So it's a chance for you to score a lot, especially if you have the full capacity of points. So for instance, right, if I had 50 points, I could score 100 damage in the last 2 minutes, or 100 points by scoring on a base. Let that Charizard score for free. No resistance. Okay, so now I've got 29 points. And in the standard matches, there's going to be a main boss who appears in the center of the map. In this case, it's Zapdos, and that hasn't changed yet. I'm thinking potentially when the season changes, maybe the wild Pokemon might change, which would be pretty cool. But this has been the map for the entirety of the game, and that has been out. Okay, I'm taking a lot of damage there. Also, the further you get in the game, the more time it takes for you to respawn, especially in the last 2 minutes. If you die in the last 2 minutes, it could take you almost 30 seconds to respawn. So it's important that you last as long as you can in those last 2 minutes, because the team that gets Zapdos honestly usually wins the game. So you want to make sure that you are the team that does it, and we're gonna make sure it happens right now. Let's go. Oh, they're gonna get it maybe. Yep, Crustle got it. So now we have to do is defend as best we can. They now can score unimpeded, so they're going to be able to score in like 1 second on all of our bases. And our team's probably going to surrender because we're going to lose. You can vote whether or not you want to surrender. In these bigger games, you need to have 4 people say yes to surrender. In the shorter ones, it's 2 or 3, depending on which mode you're playing in. So we're definitely losing this one. Alright, now I'm finally back in, but there's only 6 seconds left. Not much we're going to be able to do. Knock out some people. Yep, we definitely lost. As you can see, the person who gets Zapdos can score a lot of points really fast, and that usually puts them over the top, even in close matches. We did alright that one. Anyways, let's check out some of the other things in the game real quick, and then we'll end this episode of Highlighter. So, first of all, you can level up in the game. And your trainer level gets you rewards. As you can see, there's some pretty sweet rewards up here for the top levels. Lots of items that you can use. Did I miss something up here? Oh, I apparently haven't claimed the last couple level ups that I added. So I should grab those. Okay. Another thing you can do is you can go and check on your trainer card. As you can see, I'm all decked out in mine. It tells you what level you are, how many battles you've played, and how many Pokemon you have. As you can see, I've played a lot. I have 1,000 battles under my belt. You can change up your portrait frame. You can go to your battle score or your battle record, which shows how you do. As you can see, I haven't been doing well so lately. I just got Gengar, trying to figure that out, and I didn't do so hot showing you guys, but I have played much better in the past. Fair play points. This is just a way to make sure that you don't quit in the middle of the game. And then this shows you how many battles you've played with each Pokemon. As you can see, Lucario has been my ace for the most part, but I've found a lot of success with Venusaur and Charizard and Mamoswine. Let's see what else we got here. You can practice in the game. You can change your clothes. There's also events that you can do that gives you more items or more stuff. There's a big Halloween one going on right now because Halloween was just a couple days ago. As you battle, you get energy, and you can redeem that energy for rewards. Also, you can either have the free or buy a battle pass, which gets you different things. So, for instance, this cool Space Gengar was part of the battle pass. Other cool things in here like this hat and items and stuff like that, and you get points for that by completing missions. And then finally, you can go to shops and you can buy stuff for your Pokemon, like new licenses, items, and gear for your character, or you can get special suits for your Pokemon in the Zerko trading area. That's pretty much all there is to Pokemon Unite. The second season starts at about 7 p.m. tomorrow. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And if you haven't gotten into the game, it is free on the Nintendo eShop. You don't have to pay any money for it. If you're not much of a Switch player, it is a mobile game as well, so you can download it on iOS or Android and play it on your phone. I play it on my phone a lot. It's pretty fun that way as well. Thank you again so much for watching Highlighter, and we'll see you when we highlight our next game. Adios.